Let's talk about objections. What are they?
Required.
Required. Honestly, that's about the truth of it. They had a lot of statistical analysis about objections, and the bottom line about objections is if you're not getting them, forget it, it's over. That's it. Because objections tell you that they are actually hearing you, but they have something that's not jiving, something that's not lining up, something that's not making sense to them, and they need more information or reassurance emotionally, or something that's going to help them move forward with you. If they're not interested in moving forward, they're not going to care, and they're not going to object to anything. So you don't have to worry about it. So if somebody phones you and you're talking to them about your particular business systems, and they just kind of go off to the left or off to the right, and you say this is what it's all about, and there's no objections, and it kind of goes, okay, I'll think about it, then you kind of wonder where you're at, right? It's better to have the objection where they go, that's not really a lot of money, or hey, you know what, I'm going to check it out, I'm going to talk to my family, I'll talk to my wife, talk to my husband, or something along that line. Objections are buying signals. Without them, you don't know where you're at. You can do pre-closes. Pre-closes or pre-objection handling means that you're going to handle the topics that are going to show up as objections always show up. There's those 5 typical categories that we actually have involved in our business. You have to know how to respond to those particular things for your business, and you're going to have to expect those. Now, statistically speaking, you're going to have to go through about 4 different objections before they're going to be really ready to purchase at some level. So you're either going to do it as you're coming through your process and you're going to handle that, or you're going to actually do it all at the very end. So what I have found over the course of time is that if you leave all the objections to the very end, guess what happens? It's really working hard. You know, you really have to work hard, and then you get the feeling like you're slamming them hard to get that sale in, right? The first one I want to give you is that you got to know that these are coming. The second point I want to give you is there's a great way to handle it. So if you're in the process of your, you're going through your client process and you notice an objection coming out, let the client know that you heard them, acknowledge them. I understand exactly what you're thinking about there. I can hear that this is quite an investment rather than an expenditure. Let me talk about that a little bit more at the end. It's called deferral. Without getting into a whole sophisticated way of practicing your objections, I want you to defer that first objection. Why? Chances are it's not coming back again. 75% of the time, 3/4 of the time, you're going to get an objection. You go, yes, I heard what you said there, Shane. I can appreciate where you're coming from. Is it okay if I handle that at the end of our conversation? And Shane's going to go, oh, okay, I've been heard. Sure, yeah, okay. Now, will they bring it up occasionally? Yes, and then you'll have to deal with it with integrity. But 3/4 of them are going to disappear. Okay, especially if they're not really the solid or the real one. Sometimes they throw out stuff to see if you jump at it or get you off guard. And so you got to know that the really weak ones are going to disappear instantaneously. Now, in your manual on page 12, you get the 5 most common objections: value, timing, emotional support. There's going to be possibility of a delay. I need to sleep on it, or I'm not sure if I got the desire for this. So how do we get rid of objections? We just defer them off. And that'll get rid of a good portion of them right on the spot. Okay? And so if you're getting one that keeps popping up, know that you will be required to deal with that at some level, and that's okay. Just help the client get the information they're looking for.